The Smiths' farm had always been peaceful. The cows grazed lazily, the chickens clucked noisily, and the horses would gallop along the fence line. But tonight, it was different. The animals were eerily quiet. No clucking, no lowing, just a profound, unnatural silence. Sarah Smith, the youngest in the family, was the first to notice. She stood at the window, staring out at the barn under the dim moonlight. "Dad," she said softly, "something's wrong with the animals." Her father sighed, setting his book down. "It's probably just a fox stirring them up again," he muttered, grabbing a flashlight. "Stay inside." As he crossed the yard, the beam of his flashlight swept over the pens. The cows stood motionless, all facing the same direction, toward the woods. The chickens huddled silently in the corner of their coop, their eyes wide and unblinking. Even the horses, usually restless at night, stood stock still, ears pinned back, nostrils flaring. "What in the world?" he whispered, stepping into the barn. The flashlight flickered as a chill ran through the air. Behind him, the sound of hooves suddenly filled the silence. He spun around, heart pounding, but the horses hadn't moved. The sound was coming from the woods, growing louder with every second. Sarah, watching from the window, saw it first. A shadow moving between the trees, something tall and impossibly thin. It stepped into the clearing, illuminated faintly by the moon. Its elongated limbs moved unnaturally, and its head tilted as if sniffing the air. "Dad!" Sarah screamed, but he was already frozen, the flashlight slipping from his hand. The animals began to shuffle nervously, but not away from the figure. They were moving toward it, as if drawn by some invisible force. The thing in the clearing raised one spindly arm, and the cows began to walk. One by one, they passed through the open gate, their eyes glazed over. Sarah's father finally snapped out of his trance and bolted for the house. By the time he slammed the door, the cows had disappeared into the woods, following the shadowy figure. The next morning, the animals were gone. No tracks, no broken fences, nothing but an eerie quiet that lingered long after the sun rose. The Smiths sold the farm within a month. They never spoke of that night again, but Sarah swore she could still hear the sound of hooves when the wind blew through the trees. If that gave you an uneasy feeling, like and subscribe for more.